They call it the Eighth Decade Curse, a dark rhythm echoing across Jewish history. Not folklore, not myth, but a pattern, almost prophetic in its precision. And now, as Israel stands in its 77th year of independence, many are asking, is it about to repeat itself? The year is 2025, and the Middle East is burning again. On June 13th, the Israeli Defense Forces and Mossad launched Operation Rising Lion, a sweeping, coordinated strike deep inside Iran. The targets? Nothing less than the heart of Iran's nuclear program. Dozens of military installations were hit. Natanz, Isfahan, Kermanshah, cities that house uranium enrichment facilities and missile development centers, shook under the weight of Israeli precision bombs. Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard Corps lost senior commanders. Nuclear scientists were killed, infrastructure was left in ruins, but the retaliation came fast and heavy. Iran responded with Operation True Promise 3. In the dead of night, waves of ballistic missiles and drone swarms screamed across the sky, hammering Israeli air bases, intelligence outposts, and even civilian neighborhoods. Over 200 civilians were killed in Iran and dozens in Israel, according to official numbers. The Iron Dome worked overtime, but it wasn't enough. Some missiles got through. For the first time in decades, Israel found itself in a direct state of war with Iran, not through proxies like Hezbollah or Hamas, but head-on. And all of this is happening as Israel enters its most historically fragile phase, the 8th decade of existence. Let's look back. The first Jewish Commonwealth, founded under King Saul and later ruled by David and Solomon, fell apart after just 80 years due to internal tribal divisions and a succession crisis. The Hasmonean dynasty, born from the Maccabean revolt, dissolved in its 8th decade after bitter infighting, civil war, and Roman intervention. Even the Bar Kokhba revolt, a bold attempt to restore Jewish sovereignty under Roman rule, collapsed violently around its 80th year. 3 sovereign Jewish entities, all powerful, all independent, all disintegrated, not because they were conquered from the outside, but because they rotted from within. And now, modern Israel is facing eerily similar tremors. Back in 2023, Israel was already on the verge of a civil implosion. Judicial reforms proposed by the Netanyahu government sparked mass protests that filled the streets of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Military reservists, some from elite intelligence and combat units, refused to serve. Brothers turned against brothers. For the first time, Israel's strength, the unity of its people, was cracking. The military, once the most trusted institution in the country, became a battlefield of ideology. Religious nationalism clashed with secular liberalism. Ultra-Orthodox leaders pushed their own agenda, while Arab-Israeli citizens protested increasing inequality. The state was tearing at the seams. And then came the war. Some believe Israel's strike on Iran was a masterstroke, an act of survival. Others say it was a desperate distraction, a high-risk move by a government struggling to maintain control, both domestically and internationally. But now? Now Israel stands nearly alone. China, Russia, and the entire Islamic world have condemned the attacks. Even the European Union has called for an immediate ceasefire. Only a few voices, like former President Donald Trump, have shown support, more for geopolitical leverage than genuine solidarity. Internally, the nation is reeling. Funerals for victims of Iranian missile strikes are met with silent anger. Families question the price of security. Young Israelis who once saw the IDF as a rite of passage now question what they are defending. A democracy, a theocracy, a divided house? Israel's power is not in question. Its intelligence agencies remain formidable. Its military advanced. Its nuclear capabilities rumored and feared. But no army can fix a fractured society. The 8th decade curse doesn't strike with swords or bombs. It comes through erosion of trust, of unity, of identity. And yet, many believe Israel has a chance to break the cycle. It has the experience, the allies, the technology. But does it have the will to self-correct? To unite not just in war but in peace? Because history isn't destiny, but it is a warning. And if Israel fails to learn from its past, it may become just another chapter in the long scroll of fallen Jewish states. The curse is not inevitable, but the clock is ticking.